Good morning, Wisconsin. Morning, world. It's a new day, and thanks for kicking it off with us right here at WFHR. Sing it, Marvin. Have your host, James J. Mayloff here. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Joined by Laura.
Hello.
And we are joined right now in this 9 o'clock hour, the way we like to kick things off with our good friend Diane and our friends from the Southwood County Humane Society and our Pet of the Week. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for being here today. Really do appreciate you. It's been really fun working with you in the short time we've gotten to get to know you and everything. And you just made our day.
She brought a dog.
She brought a dog.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm. And who do we have with us?
This is Nani. She is a female, spayed, 3 years old. She's, they say, terrier mix, hound mix. Yeah, she's a very friendly dog.
She's very sweet.
Yep.
She to me, she looks a little maybe pointerish.
Yeah,
like
she
a
does.
Pointer hound situation. She's so sweet.
Like Heart Hunter.
She's very sweet, and I gotta say this doesn't happen all that often, but the picture, it does her complete justice. The picture that you see at the website for the Southwood County Humane Society, and that is swchs.com. It looks perfect, and it shows her perfectly. It's a great picture for one of her.
Thank you. Yeah,
this
those are
picture
rare.
of her is awesome.
Oh, it's a great picture. Yeah, it's a great one.
And she's beautiful. She's 3 years old. Is that okay?
3 years old, very friendly. The only problem with Nani is that she needs to be the only dog in the house. She came from a very unfortunate family situation, so she's got to be alone. So if somebody wants a companion, she's perfect for that. Mm-hmm. And she's medium sized, not too big, not too
Right.
small.
No, she's really not a big dog. She's not small. She's what, 40 pounds?
I think 35. Yeah, right
Yeah.
about. Yeah. Right about
And
40.
she seems like she would be good whether it is just somebody out there on their own or somebody with a family or any of the above. Like she would fit any of the
Oh,
above.
yeah, she would
Yeah.
do great with kids. I
Yeah,
can tell you
she's
that. as a
gentle
parent,
and
yeah.
loving, and she needs a home. She needs love, right?
She
So
gives
sweet.
love and wants love because that
Yes.
dog is just incredibly sweet.
And man, did she like Pam.
Yeah, you can tell she's got a good taste, and she's a very good judger of people because she loved Pam
She
right
loved
away.
Pam. That's a good step.
That is.
Diane, I could talk all day about Nani, but I did want to catch up with you about how things are going over at the shop. How are things at the Humane Society? And I could take her for a minute if you
Yeah,
want.
you can let her go. Sure. She'll be all right.
Things are going really good at the shelter. Construction proceeding. They are framing in our new front lobby area as we speak. They took our big dog down. It was kind of sad yesterday, but the dog's in storage and we'll go back up whenever we're ready.
It is going to be back. Okay.
Oh yeah,
good,
We
good,
couldn't
'cause
do
that
our,
was so cool.
It's a focal point, and
It is cool.
We had to put it in storage because we didn't want someone to come and say, "Oh, I got it," like the big Mark's Big Boy and all those great statues. No, things are proceeding. Everybody's excited. They're finished insulating the back, and the new dog kennels are in. So it should be any time now that we're moving around and reopening
Excellent.
our front entrance.
Awesome.
Yes, exciting.
When it comes to things that we could really help out with right now, are there anything in particular? We certainly know cat food and litter.
litter,
Those things are always needed. But is there anything in particular we can help out with there?
Right now, we need dog blankets. Anything but quilts they will take for dog blankets. We're getting low because it's really cold out and the dogs are going through them quicker. But any kind of blanket you have that you don't need, stop on down or let us know and we'll come pick them up.
Excellent, excellent. You guys are doing a great job. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm
okay.
taking Nani. You guys got this, right?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Seth will be back, right? Okay.
We need you, James.
I should probably stay. But I really want to go. This dog is calling me.
She is so sweet.
She is, and I know that this is an audio medium and everything, but I cannot stress to you enough the kindness and sweetness that is just coming from this dog. It is a
sweet.
very sweet
Yeah,
dog.
she's not hyper. She's not jumping all over.
No,
she
she's
walks
not.
well on a leash.
She jumps a little bit to get
Yeah.
that first kiss in, but she's so well behaved and she's so sweet.
Thank you for saying that. I was trying to think of the way we would put this, but yes, well behaved. She really
Yes,
does
thank
have
you.
a behavedness
very
to
polite.
her.
She is polite.
And you don't always get that from bigger dogs,
No,
but
no.
she definitely has that to her. And while if Nani doesn't sound like your perfect fit or anything, there are every type of dog and cat and animal that you can think of at our Humane Society, and we really could use good adoptions out there.
Yep.
We really could use some of these animals to get some good homes. Nani is beautiful, but Nani's been there long enough, and there's plenty of other animals that have been there long enough.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And one of the things you could take comfort in is knowing that when you go to the Humane Society and you find these animals, you're going to find the right fit for you because the Humane Society is going to make sure of it.
Absolutely. Yep. We have all kinds of people meeting with families, potential adopters, to make sure that we understand your needs and that this dog or cat will match what your family needs.
Well, and you're invested in it. You want the dog to succeed.
Right.
You want the family to succeed, so you're going to put in that effort. It's
Right. Yeah, we don't want them coming
intentional.
back. We want them to go and stay and become a permanent member of the family.
I am done for the day. I am checked out. I am not going to be good use to anybody but Nani. Nani is the only person I'll be any good for the rest of the day.
Not even a person.
Nope. We appreciate you, Diane. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to encourage people to reach out to you and your team, and certainly wishing you guys a Happy New Year, too. I meant to say that right away and I got distracted. I'm
Same
sorry.
to you. Same to you. Thank you so much for highlighting the nonprofits in this great community. We appreciate it very much.
It's
Thank
something
you,
it's part of the gig. It's part of the teamwork that we have here with you guys and with all of our nonprofits in this area. And we'll tell people how they can find out more about Nani and all the great animals over there. And we're looking forward to next Thursday and talking with you again. Thanks a lot, Diane.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
You too. You can find out more about the Humane Society by going to their website, swchs.com, swchs.com. And, of course, you can give them a call. Be sure to ring their number, ring them up at 715-423-0505. That is 423-0505. And you can email them office@swchs.com, office@swchs.com. And be sure to visit them at 3621 64th Street North in Wisconsin Rapids. Follow them on social media and be listening every Thursday right in the top of the 9 o'clock hour for our Pet of the Week. And just as another side note to any businesses out there, anybody else that would like to sponsor this segment, you are attaching yourself not just to a nonprofit, but one of our strongest and greatest nonprofits in this area.
A nonprofit with a lot of support in this town.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I cannot think of it's Marketing 101. You want to attach yourself to this segment. I can't think of a better thing to do for your business. Reach out to our front desk. Pam will put you in touch with our sales team, Ashley, and all that. 715-423-1300. 715-424-1300. It's 424-1300.
It's 424 here.
I haven't had to say it in a while. 424-1300. Call up, everybody. We'll have more coming up for you right here on The Morning Show. Welcome back, everybody. Morning Show at WFHR. Got your host, James, here. I'm joined by Laura and Seth. Want to send a big shout out to Diane and Nani, our friends from the Southwick County Humane Society and our Pet of the Week. Be listening next Thursday for another one. Going to be fun.
Yeah.
We kick off this segment with some entertainment news and a couple of interesting things going on in the entertainment world. But one of the bigger ones that has come out over the holiday weekend is James Gunn, one of the co-head of DC now, put out there that the kind of one of the worst kept secrets in the superhero universe, in the DC universe. Jason Momoa is going to be starring in Supergirl, the new Supergirl movie that's coming out, as Lobo.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
wow.
Momoa has been linked to Lobo, the role, actually, even long before he was cast as Aquaman.
right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's been tied to a lot of comic book characters.
Yeah.
This one in particular is one that he's, it's very similar to Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool.
Ooh.
Where, for those that don't know, Ryan Reynolds was pitching the Deadpool movie, an R-rated Deadpool movie, back in like 2012, 2011, like even before. And it's part of the reason that he got cast the original time as Deadpool in the X-Men movie where
The
there
Wolverine's Origins, yeah.
Yes, that movie. That horrible. It was rough.
Movie.
It could have been so good.
Yes, it could have been.
The Merc with the mouth, and you get rid of his mouth. What are you doing?
Yeah,
what
literally.
director thought of that?
It was a choice.
But going that far back, Jason Momoa, who is a comic book fan and has been a fan of Lobo for a long time,
Notable nerd.
So one of the interesting things that came up of this, though, is that Jason Momoa didn't realize he was cast as Aquaman until like almost the day of the read-through. He thought he was playing a different character. And it wasn't until he gets the script and he sees his lines are all in yellow and it's Aquaman. He's like, wait a minute, I'm Aquaman?
I'm like the lead?
he just didn't believe that they would cast somebody that looked like him as Aquaman. And it was
Because in the comic book, he was always a blonde dude.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's kind of interesting, and it's also kind of now I don't know that they did what they wanted to with that role and kind of reshape Aquaman going forward. If you watch any of the DC cartoons or anything, Aquaman still looks the same and stuff.
Right.
But I do note that I give credit where it is due to casting him in it, and
They tried.
seeing a star when you see one.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gone on to prove that he is not only a bona fide movie star, but a great actor. I think he's a way above average actor. I'm not saying his Oscar caliber or anything like that, but he's a very good actor.
Good action star. Yeah.
He's perfect for it.
Watch the TV show C. And he plays a blind man and a blind warrior in it.
Wow.
And I ask anybody who's ever thrown a punch or ever done boxing or sporting, like any type of fighting, MMA, any of this stuff, okay, and do it blind.
Right.
That's a whole different ball game, and the guy is able to do these things. And it's kind of noteworthy that this is happening in part also because what James Gunn is doing with DC, they're playing with house money in many ways. This is to the sports equivalent of a team rebuilding.
Right.
And so what they bring in is awesome. What they don't, we didn't expect to bring much in.
Okay.
Which is wild to me.
The expectations are so
'cause
low right now.
That's my issue is the expectation because people have kind of been burned out on comic book movies, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they're trying another new one. Like, no disrespect to Jason Momoa. I think he's going to do great, and I get that he loves the character because it's a solid character. There's nothing wrong with, being passionate about Lobo and wanting to be him.
God, there couldn't be better casting than him for Lobo.
Right. Like, I stand behind that for sure, but I'm not as optimistic as I would like to be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
They are not going to stop.
They're not.
Going to stop.
You're so right.
100% right, Laura. The people and the box office numbers have shown this.
Right.
But because of the IP that you have with this and the how much money they spent on these things, it's a little bit like you buy a Rolls Royce and you're like, where am I going to drive this thing? Like I live in the middle of Wisconsin. It's winter. I'm not going to. But you just spent all that money on that Rolls Royce. You're going to drive it to the county market. You're going to drive it.
You're taking it to the gas station.
You're taking it to the pig.
Yeah.
You're taking it to Piggly Wiggly. You're going to drive that thing because you spent a lot of money on that thing. That is where they are at, these companies with these IPs. They spent a lot of money on this stuff.
Right.
Disney's doing the same thing with ESPN right now. They spent a lot of money on that thing, and they don't want it, everybody. If we all want to get together and put in some money,
it was a bad idea.
they'll sell it to us. They're looking to sell that thing to anybody.
It was
Is Sage listening?
it was not wise.
But they are still but they are going to keep pushing it and promoting it and investing a bit into it because they already spent all this time and effort on it.
Right.
Interesting story here, and I know this is a loose entertainment story, but I do think it is noteworthy. Several celebrity homes have already been destroyed by wildfires.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not noting these because they're celebrities. I'm using their celebrity to talk about the situation.
Right.
Which is something that's not me. That's living out in California and talking to and working in the industry and seeing how everybody in the industry tries to do this. Yeah, you care about Adrian Brody or somebody like that, their house going down. He's got neighbors. He's got other people in there that aren't famous that are dealing with this.
There are people all over California right now that are losing their houses.
Exactly.
Not just celebrities or wealthy people. It is everybody, and it is horrific.
I felt like growing up in Chicago, I seen and dealt with just about every darn thing, and I could handle just about anything. And one day I'm kind of homeless, and I'm hanging out on the beach and everything, waiting until my shift starts, and I see just checking out the coastline, which is just incredibly beautiful. Just even thinking about it, and then out of the side of the mountain, I see just smoke. Just smoke.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden it trickles down and there's more and more. And I can't even think of how to describe it. It's like it's smoke coming out of the side of a mountain, and you realize, that's what a wildfire is.
It's on fire, literally.
I've never seen anything like this. And to my surprise, they just kind of I'm not saying they just take this like, oh, big deal, but it's so normalized in out there and in our world.
Right. Well, and it shouldn't be because because at the end of, I guess, the day, it's still climate change, guys. The fires they would not, sure, they might still have a fire, but it's not going to be as severe if it weren't for the 8 months of drought prior to these fires. If it wasn't for the, extensive use of water by people who don't need to be using it in California the way that they are using it. And man, it's unconscionable that we're not discussing climate change at the government level right now. They're too busy squabbling about other things. It just makes me grumpy.
We're just going to get rid of climate, and then we're not going to worry about it.
Right.
No, wait a minute. No, that doesn't work.
Let's just ring up. I'm going to ring up the climate guy and end our contract.
I need to check my science.
Is there a climate guy?
Mark Hamill, Mandy Moore, Jamie Lee Curtis, Ricky Lake, Eugene Levy, John Goodman, Miles Teller, Carrie Elways, Anthony Hopkins, Billy Crystal, all had their homes destroyed, if not broken down, if not completely destroyed.
Right. Wow.
And that's, I'm not even giving you half the list.
Right. Exactly.
And
there's
those
a ton
are
of
just
other
the
names.
celebrities.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. There are going to be a lot of opportunities to donate, a lot of opportunities to be able to help. Encourage you to look into that and reach out to those that you can and do what you can when it comes to that.
And call your senators and congressmen and talk to them about climate change. Thank you.
One of the bigger job opportunities that I am looking forward to is getting on the new Hollywood Squares. That premieres tonight.
All right.
So I'm looking at that corner right square, the corner left square.
I love it.
I think one of those I can end up in.
Nice.
Drew Barrymore is one of the stars that'll be she is in the center square, and Nate Burleson is going to be hosting.
Really?
Cool.
I love that show. I love that show when it was on. I thought it was a fun show. I also was a fan of a lot of the obscure comics like Rip Taylor and some of these people that you never heard from until
Bruce Valanche.
Bruce Valanche.
The only time you ever saw that was on Hollywood Squares.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a fun show back in the day. For all the game shows they're bringing back, I think that's the one that I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm probably not going to watch it, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the opportunity for younger generations to kind of get into
the
it.
idea
It's one of those shows that always comes back.
Does.
It's because it's such a great concept. The idea is such a great.
Yeah.
You just got to get the right people in on it. Yeah.
To be fair, we just need more game shows back on. I miss game show TV. Why don't we have more new game shows other than the Game Show Network?
Right. Well, it's funny because they're so cheap. In terms of how much they have to spend to put them on. So
they're cheap. They're giving artists who don't have a whole lot of exposure a little bit of exposure.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts.
We need more Tom Bergeron. That's what we need.
Where's Tom?
The beginning of the new year usually is where a lot of streaming services will kick out their new programming because they're trying to get ahead of the cable programming that is going to be coming up if it isn't already started. So a couple of series premieres on HBO Max. The Pit. Noah Wiley stars in a medical drama covering just one shift at a Pittsburgh ER.
Wait. Is that him?
Yeah.
On that?
Yeah.
Wow, he looks different.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You grow a beard, man, and just completely
He looks
changes
his
your
whole face.
It really
yeah.
changes your face up quite a bit.
Wow.
I didn't know what he looked like before, but that sure is a man with a beard.
He is.
I
thought it was Jason Kelsey for a minute.
That is who it looks like.
A lot of people are excited about this one. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I have to admit I will probably check it out. The limited series American Primeval on Netflix. It's starring Taylor Kitsch as a tracker who reluctantly agrees to help guide Betty Glippin and her son through the mountains of the 1800s Old West.
Oh.
Part of what is getting a lot of acclaim for this is it's supposed to be a true telling of that time, where there is no holds barred. They are just all in. It looks pretty. Just the trailer.
It's gonna be violent.
It looks incredibly violent. They went almost Quentin Tarantino level violent with this one.
Yeah.
Which it might be accurate. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to say.
That it's gonna be dire.
It would be if they do it. I don't know if that's just a trailer or if
right. We'll have to wait and see.
But what I'm very excited to talk about really is the cool colors, the adult coloring club going on at McMillan Library tonight, or this actually just in about half an hour here.
Oh, okay, this morning,
from 10 to 11 over at their training room, at their in their fine arts room.
Yeah,
color one for me, guys.
Get on
That's
over
awesome.
to McMillan and check that out. Everybody, go to McMillanLibrary.org and check that out. .com. I'm sorry, check that out at McMillanLibrary.com.
It's such great stuff over there, man.
They really do.
I love the library.
The programming is great.
Every library, all the time. I love it.
Yeah, good stuff.
In a little bit, we're going to get into more of this, but I want to get into movies that cure your childhood nostalgia. So a little bit later, we'll get into the other one. What completely useless superpower would you have?
Okay.
That'll be after our news break. For now, let's talk about nostalgic movies. Entertainment Weekly put together a list of 25 movies that are great for when you're feeling nostalgic for childhood. And millennials really like it since the majority of them are from the 90s.
Okay.
It's true.
Makes sense.
It includes some Disney ones like A Goofy Movie from 95, Aladdin from 92, Beauty and the Beast from 91, and The Lion King from 94, and a little bit older, Who Framed Roger Rabbit from 88.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
Other highlights include Air Bud, Space Jam, The Iron Giant, The Goonies, and Stand By Me.
Okay, those are more early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are movies that if you are looking to feel nostalgic or you happen to already be in that mood and you're looking to keep
Sure. Yeah.
Well, okay. So as the, I guess, resident millennial,
You are, yes.
I know that I was a weird kid, and like I get that about myself because maybe a Goofy movie, but the rest of those definitely wouldn't have scratched my nostalgia itch. Movies that would have scratched that itch first, Beetlejuice.
Okay. Yeah, very good.
And I know this one is an older one, but of course, The Princess Bride.
Nice.
Yeah.
But also, like, music does that for me.
Yeah.
Like, I will spontaneously listen to the entire, Tyrannosaurus Hives album just for the sake of nostalgia, right? I bought an AFI record for nostalgia purposes.
Wow. 2 deep cuts. Nice. I love it. I love it.
I think when it comes to movies, I think you don't have to think too hard on this one. You know, what movies you saw growing up and everything. But really just, you don't even have to watch the movie. Just thinking about that movie
true.
or thinking
That's a
about
good point.
scenes or anything are going to hit those dopamines, are going
Right.
to hit those things in your brain that are looking to catch on to this.
I think for James and I, it's more of like Star Wars. I mean, because we're a
And
little
I
bit
almost-
older, so yeah.
I almost mentioned Star Wars, but for millennials, the movies that came out that were Star Wars at that time were not
Yeah, the prequels, right?
will go as exciting or memorable to
Lots
the
of
point that we
meetings.
want them to be memorable.
I really think that what you said there, Seth, I just want to hit on because when it comes to Star Wars in general, I don't know how much of a fan I truly am of Star Wars and how much I just, the kid in me still is.
That's a great point.
I don't know.
It's hard to know.
Because I've talked about this with Bria about Muppets, and you know, your favorite Muppet when you're a kid, and then as you get older and stuff, when you're a teenager, and then as an adult, does that change?
Right.
And I think it's similar with a lot of these things. Your favorite band, maybe your favorite song when you were young or in high school, it was this one, but as an adult, it's this one.
Yeah, taste change and how you do it. Yeah. And it's interesting to see how nostalgia works with certain things. So yeah, I was a fan of They Might Be Giants, my favorite band. And, you know, when I was an older teenager is when I really got into them. But when I listened to their music, since I followed them ever since,
Right.
I don't think necessarily nostalgia, even the early stuff that I listened at the time, because I've stuck with them. And so every age I go, I find new stuff and they release stuff and that kind of stuff.
I have the same experience with Coheed and Cambria, right? I listened to them for the first time when I was 17 and have followed them ever since. I have a tattoo on my person. There's nothing nostalgic about listening to Coheed
Right.
and Cambria to me. It's just part of
Even though
my
you listened to them
identity, I
growing
guess.
up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's the other side of this too, where when I think of nostalgic movies, I'm honestly thinking like of a fistful of dollars, and
Well, it depends on what you watch,
the good,
right?
The bad,
Yeah.
the ugly. All the spaghetti westerns I watched with my dad. So they're
Shining.
my generation. Yes, The Shining.
Well,
yes.
and to be fair to everyone, immediately the first movie I thought of was Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Because my family and I would watch that.
See, and that's part of it too. With and all of us were part of the the home video explosion, right?
Oof.
So we could watch from any time, and it didn't matter. And if your family liked a certain one, you watched over and over again. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of nostalgia for that, no matter when it was made.
And I will say too that even like Finding Nemo, that was not me. My kids got into that.
Yeah.
That movie
Right.
pops up or that movie gets referenced, and I'm nostalgic for my kids
When they were a certain age, right?
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So nostalgia is a unique thing.
It's very
an
interesting.
thing.
Yeah.
Because of just the way it hits on our brains and stuff. And the idea that that especially, we all understand time, it moves forward. Most people are interested in the new thing. When you're young, you want to be older, all this stuff. But nobody can really explain why we get nostalgic, why we like nostalgia. There's plenty of psychologists that'll tell you, well, it brings you back to this or what have you and all that. No, why do I really like these things? Why do I love nostalgia? What is it about me that wants to go back to the past? And again, there's plenty of psychiatric reasons for that and everything, but I've never gotten a good answer on this. I've never really
it's a
seen
big we don't know kind of thing. It really is.
One of those
we have some ideas,
kind of
but
and I think some ideas, but I don't think we have a complete this is the answer kind of
I don't
thing.
think so.
No, and honestly, I don't know that I ever really want to understand the part of me that still wants to try purple ketchup from the 90s.
God almighty.
Let's take a call as we go to break. Good morning, you're on the show.
Hey, you're talking about movies that make you think. You remember the movie The Wizard with Fred Savage when
Yes.
Super Mario 3 came out?
Yes.
That's my contribution for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Strong contribution.
I will counter that with Mac and Me.
Oh no!
I will.
good.
Yes.
Get out of here with that.
I'm
Back
glad
in.
it came up.
where ET is on one level for the puppeteering and the work that they did on that, then there's the horrible version of it with Mac and Me.
Okay, I will give you one thing, Mac and Me. At least it's better than Munchie. I will give you that one.
Nice.
I will give you that one. And we need to end this.
We need that to segment. Yeah, we're going to our news break. We'll be back with more morning show at WFHR.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and
Welcome back, everybody. Morning show at WFHR. Locally grown radio. He gives me no chance to jump in.
No, he doesn't. He just keeps going.
He doesn't even take a breath. He just keeps going, man. We are here, Laura and Seth and James, and we're here to have some fun. We got good stuff coming up for you, everybody, and I want audience participation on this next one. Get ready to call 715-424-2600, just a touch or two away on the Civic Media app. What completely useless superpower would you have if you could have it granted to you? Usually when people talk about superpowers, they wish to be able to fly or see through windows,
X-ray
walls,
specs vision,
see
right?
through
Yeah.
windows. Wow, that's a sentence I just said.
Hey, I got that
It
one.
is a useless superpower.
I got it.
Someone on social media asked people what completely useless superpower, though, they'd like to have. We kind of went the other way. Mm-hmm. Many of the things people brought up were a little, like at least a little useful.
Okay.
And they're not in any particular order. And I'm going to go through the PG ones. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, let's
go
yeah.
the safe ones here. But I'll give you a couple, and then as we get going here, maybe get the ball rolling.
All right.
And you guys and the listeners will think of some. To be able to cup my hands and make the little tiny thunder and lightning storms that only I could see.
That would be useful for
Entertaining.
light.
Entertaining. See, yeah, a little bit. Not great light, but yeah.
Ooh, that would work for starting fires.
Yeah. Lightning bolt.
The ability to tie both shoes to precisely the same degree of tightness.
Wow. No, I like that one. I appreciate that one.
That's
a
pretty
lot.
useless, though.
But, okay, can we add on to that the bow would be perfect?
Oh, see?
Only if I can. Well, and I'd like to add on to it as well. Like I tie bolt one, and they're both tied.
Oh,
Like boom.
The other one ties
There
with
you
the
go.
other one.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
See, now that'd be useful, though. Again,
Yeah.
yeah, we're
it's hard. This is hard, man.
The power to know exactly where any fly in the room is headed next.
no, I like that one. That one's useful as heck.
Then you know where you can swat it. Yeah.
Being able to transform your socks into any color in the blink of an eye. Oh, I like that.
No, that would be great.
That's good.
I would have to care about my sock color first.
Yeah, so it would be useless to you. For Laura,
Completely
specifically useless.
To
See?
me, specifically.
We found it.
And if I had it, I would just change one sock.
No.
Shape-shifting, but only when you're alone.
Yes. No, I want that so hard. You don't even know.
That's funny. Oh, my
That's
gosh.
so funny to
just
me.
to try
I don't
on-
know what that's so funny.
I'm going to try on my octopus pants.
Or even better, not even shape-shifting, turning invisible, but only when you're alone.
Only when you're alone. Oh, that'd be great. So good.
That would be completely useless.
I feel like all of this is what would happen to me. Nick Fury comes to me and is like, James, you've been chosen for the Avengers because of your superpower, but you can only do it when nobody else is looking or watching.
Listen, turning invisible by myself, standing in front of the mirror, like, yeah, I still got it.
You are lower than Hawkeye on the Avengers list, but we'll call you.
Invisible.
Dude, you're lower than Plant Man.
Okay.
He was actually a villain, though.
I want to be Plant Gal, not Poison Ivy. Plant Gal.
There you go.
This one's a little interesting, so you got to hear me out on it. Teleportation, but it takes the same time to go to any place by foot. So you go to another dimension and get stuck there for the time it takes you to go to your destination.
You're just in queue.
Funny. That was a good one. I like that.
Just in stasis.
It's like you're walking in molasses.
I feel like this is one of those ones where it sounds good. I don't know if it is or not. The ability to remember every single dream you've ever had.
Ooh.
No, that sounds awful.
No, I don't want to do that one. No.
No. Because as it is, my most memorable dreams are the bad ones.
The crazy, weird, insane, scary ones, right?
Unsettling, I think, might be the word.
There you go.
I do, and as a quick note for those that don't know, you actually have thousands of dreams a night. Like you have thousands. When you wake up and you're trying to remember that last dream, that happened probably 20 minutes ago.
Who knows?
That's one of them, and you don't want to remember the rest. You don't want that.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Being completely impervious to lava.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it looks so squishy. I want to touch it, but I know bad touch.
That one seems useful to me, though. That one could be used for many things, I think.
Yeah, because I'd fling it at people.
Wow. Okay, I didn't get there. But.
The ability to speak fluently with any animal.
Please, I'm begging you. I would love that.
No, not interested.
Yeah, because you're boring. That would be great.
No, I don't want to listen to what the animals have to say about me. It's bad enough with humans.
Yeah. I feel like I'd like this for a while, and maybe I would like it overall. But I do think that it has more downsides than I realize.
Yeah.
Just for me personally, I think there's more downsides than I realized. I didn't grow up with animals, so I think that's part of it.
No, because now when I'm bad talking the geese on the street here, they can badmouth me back, and we can have a real proper scuffle.
Yep. They hiss at you.
The ability to be able to turn any bad smell into a good one.
Please, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty, useful.
As a parent
but
of
it was
teenagers,
nice. It's pleasant.
I'm begging you.
Yes. Let's get that. Let's work on that one, shall we?
How about I would want the ability to always enjoy what I cook. How about the ability to cook anything? Like
that would be very useful, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's useful. See, we're okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. Yeah,
we're overthinking.
It's hard. No, it's hard. It's hard.
Hard.
It really
Okay,
is.
okay.
Yes, it's got to be useless, and I keep forgetting that. Yeah,
Yes.
All right. Is it time for the useless superpower that we all already have?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, it's trivia. It's trivia nonsense. We all have useless movie trivia and music trivia nonsense, the three of us.
No
we
kidding.
have the same useless superpower.
Yeah.
We do.
You know what, though? It's not entirely useless because we're in the right career field.
Exactly. That's it. This is like the one place.
This is the one place that it's not useless.
Exactly.
Boy,
So we can't even do that. We can't. I'm telling you.
I talk about this with students a lot. How you got into radio? How all these things? No, I fell into radio. Radio found me. Yes. I got really lucky because when you have a skill set as unique as some of us have, thank God
only
for
certain
radio.
things you can use it for, right? Yeah, there you go. And you found it.
Absolutely. I love the idea of some of these, but I think one of the fun parts of this too is the pushing yourself to try to come up with these and come up. But again, it's got to be useless. I keep forgetting that part of it. And I get all caught up in the superhero part of it.
How can I use this?
Yeah, it's got to be useless. And I love that part of it. I like these things too that are solo. That they just happen when you're alone. Because every human being on the planet, I believe, has experienced the whole. Just as an example, you're shooting a piece of garbage into the bucket and it goes in, and you're like, "Oh my God, I made the shot!" And you're looking around around and nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw
No.
it. But yet, when you slip on the ice, and like at least 20 people saw
right.
that.
There's a crowd of people. Okay,
That's so life. That's so life.
What is our barometer for useless, right? Because can I do something that isn't at all necessary, but would be really
that's a good
handy,
note.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, what if I could just snap my fingers and have an amazing mani-pedi?
See now that, yeah.
It's unnecessary. However,
Nice to
I
have.
really like them.
Right, there you go.
I thought of mine. I thought of mine.
Oh, he
Is
did.
it your haircut?
No, similar. The whole snapping the finger thing, but I fall asleep. But I can actually sleep.
See, now that...
but that's
sleep.
useful.
for him and him alone, but...
no.
But still,
You're
that's
right,
a fun, not a bad superpower to want,
Okay,
though.
it's a superpower, but I can only do it for others. Like, that's how it would be useless for me.
Right.
That's how it would be.
Okay,
If
here's-
anyone snaps their fingers at any time you fall asleep, that would be hilarious. Except like you're driving, that would be awful. But oh no!
Or okay, what if every time I snapped, I could change my hair? Because I change my hair a lot.
That's true.
People who have known me for a while know that. And so if I could just snap my fingers and change both the length and color of my hair, shoot.
That would be that'd be one of those. That'd be cool to be able to do.
So
if you
Laura
could do
would just
that.
be like a rainbow for her nails and for her
It's true.
her hair. I mean,
I
she'd
would
just get it all done
accessorize.
in one shot, right? Yeah,
It's
there
true.
you go.
We want to hear from you about this one, everybody. 715-424-2600. And we'll keep this one going. You know, if you didn't get a chance to call in today, you want to call in tomorrow.
We'll do
that's fine.
the most useless superheroes. Actual, what ones we can come up with, like, I don't know, Lumberman. He controls the powers of lumber. I don't.
Yes. Time.
Is that Paul Bunyan?
Time man. He always knows what time it is.
Oh, man.
The
But he's
ticker.
always slightly off.
He's always a little off.
Just a little bit.
Slightly off.
The ticker.
The ticker.
Oh, that's good.
We will take a time out. We'll come back and we'll wrap up the show. But I do want to say real quickly, Pam's going to come in and talk with us as part of our good story of the day.
Yeah.
She's going to share with us the United Way event that she was at yesterday and stuff. As she kicks out, we're going to let Laura get to the podcasting that she does. Because for those that listen to our podcast and everything, want to let them know that Laura is our producer on those.
She
puts
is.
together our synopsis for us. She gets them on the air, on the internet for
Yep.
us and everything.
I do indeed.
In many ways, Laura listens to the show more than any of us.
It's true. I
Sad.
have to.
Oof.
It's my job
Yeah.
every day.
At least she
And
gets paid for
the
it.
best part is I was already listening to it regularly before I started.
See, well, that makes it better. That makes it a little easier.
We do appreciate the work that you put in,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Laura, and everything. And you can hear more of Laura not only on this show, but on WIRI 105.5.
Here in the afternoons, yeah.
Yeah, I'm noon to 3 every weekday, noon to 4 on the weekends in Laura's Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes, Lauren's Lodge. Check that out, everybody. Get her your requests. Get her requests and
Please,
stuff.
please. I do a laid back pick of the day, and I'd love to play yours.
Nice.
What is your email again, Laura?
Oh, no, you can text it in through the Civic Media app onto the WIRI
right.
line.
Even
Just include
better.
the hashtag Laura's Lounge so that I know you want me to play it.
Perfect.
Great show. Great work today. Thanks for hanging out with us, Laura.
Thank you.
We'll take a time out. We'll come back and have some more fun on the morning show at WFHR. Welcome back, everybody. Morning show at WFHR.
I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm coming home now, right away. I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm sorry now I ever went away. Every night and day I go and stay.
We hope you're having a fantastic day out there. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to wrap up the show here with some good stories of the day, good stuff going on in our area. And joining Seth and I right now is our great friend, the heart of this station, Pam Hilke. And Pam, yesterday you were at an event with the United Way.
Yes, I was. Thanks for having me on. Yes, I was at the United Way Thank You and Recognition celebration that was held at the Bullseye Golf Club last evening.
Yeah.
So it was very, very nice.
You've been attending this for quite some time, too, and we really do appreciate you representing us there.
Yes. It's a nice way that United Way does to thank businesses and individuals in the area for their participation within the campaign and contributions.
Yeah. Was just double checking. Tomorrow, co-hosting with us will be CEO of your United Way of Southwood and Adams Counties, Terry Johns. We'll touch on the event a little bit more, but as part of the event, we were benefited something. We were given something.
We were recognized as a community cornerstone partner. We've got a nice award here. I've got a
I love it.
frame to put it in, right?
Nice.
Certificate, right? So for civic media, for WFHR and WIRI. So as well as other businesses were recognized. Sure. Individuals are recognized.
It's not only a great opportunity for us as a community and for us to note what the United Way does and for them to note what our community does, but it's also just a great, I don't want to say mingling, but a great opportunity to run into people and have some great conversations, I imagine.
Right, yes. Yep, they have some snacks, some light foods out there, and it's a time where people can just get together and socialize for a little bit. And Terry has the program; she keeps it short and moving right along, and
always important,
right? Yeah. No, but it's very nice, and she recognized the 2024 campaign chair, Shalina. And then she would recognize the people who were like the loaned executives or the people who are part of the United Way board or past board or, past campaign chairs.
It's a great event.
Right. Yeah, it's very, very nice what they do.
And we really, really appreciate you going, Pam, and attending this, representing us and everything.
For quite a number of years. So,
were there any other notes you wanted to mention?
Terry did mention that they are quite close to reaching the goal that they had set.
Oh, okay.
It was like 90-some%, I believe. I didn't write the number down last night.
But it's right there. They're so close.
They're right. And they do close out the campaign at the end of January, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm sure she'll be talking more about that
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
But just a heads up on that, everybody. We want to help make sure they meet that goal so they can continue to do the important, great work that they are doing here in Southwood and Adams counties. Help our friends at the United Way by going to their website, uwswac.org. Be sure to head on over there, check out all the great things that they are doing and different ways you can impact your community and how they impact our community. And be sure to donate if you can. Thank you so much to everybody who already has. And thank you, Pam, again, for going to the event. And thank you to the United Way for hosting that event.
Yes, thank you to them. And they had businesses that, had provided the food items that were there. And
big thank you to all of them.
Very nice, very nice.
Really appreciate them. And appreciate you, Pam. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us.
Thanks
I just
for
threw
having
this
me
at Pam at the last second. She just jumped on the air with us. I appreciate it. Thank you, Pam.
Okay, good
appreciate
show.
you. We got other good stories we want to touch on. First up, do want to mention our great friends over at the Southwood County Humane Society. Appreciate them joining us. Shout out to Diane and Nani. Who joined us. There are so many great animals for you over there at the Humane Society. Find out more at swchs.com, swchs.com, and be listening every Thursday for another opportunity to hear the Pet of the Week. And to you businesses out there, be a part of the team. We want you to sponsor that segment or any of our great shows. We got so many great shows lined up for you. We want you to sponsor them. And reach out to our front desk at 424-1300. They'll put you in touch with Ashley and get you a part of the team. Seth, before we get into just a couple of notes, I did want to let the audience know we are working on a change for one of our Sunday shows.
We are. We have the show that we have been going as Director's Cut for the last couple of years. We are making a slight change in the title of the show because for a couple of reasons, there was actually some confusion with another show in the state that's called the same thing. So we figured, let's do something new for that. Plus, we were looking for a change kind of thing. I don't think a lot of the content will be the same, but we're also discussing that. We're also talking about, maybe how we're going to maybe change things up a little bit for that as well. So stay tuned, everybody. We got some more stuff on the way for that.
We're looking forward to it. That'll be coming up for you, and we'll have some great stuff lined up for you this Sunday. We'll talk more about that, but I got a new one labeled all ready to go.
Yes,
Seth has worked the production on that.
Yes, indeed. Got a new Seth Faces the Music on the way as well. So all kinds of new stuff on Sunday.
Looking forward to it. And we'll talk more scheduled tomorrow. The Cool Colorings Adult Coloring Club is going on at McMillan Library just minutes from now, from 10 to 11. Head on over to McMillan and check that out. And check out our newsletter. Sign up for our newsletter, everybody.
Hot and fresh off the presses today at noon, everyone. So make sure you're looking for that in your inbox if you've already signed up. If you have not signed up, go to WFHR.com and do it right now.
Yep, it takes just a second. It costs you nothing, and it is your one-stop shop for Central Wisconsin news.
Yep.
A great way to keep up to date on all the cool things going on over there.
Absolutely.
Be sure to join us today for Midday Magazine from 4 to 5. Got a really good one lined up for you at 4 o'clock. We're talking with Gary O.
All right.
He is going to be talking with us about the Central Wisconsin Model Railroaders and their train show coming up on January 11th at Holiday Inn.
Ooh, very cool.
And in part 2, UW Extension's Matt Lippert going to be joining us. Ag agent and educator. Matt and I always have a great conversation.
Really interesting stuff there, yep.
Some great sports on the radio dial tonight at WXCO. You can find that on the Civic Media app.
Yes.
At 6:50 tonight, Lincoln High School boys hockey hosting Wausau West. Listen on the app at civicmedia.us.
Chad Holmes will be carrying that one. Our good friend Chad will be taking care of us for that one.
And I did want to mention as well that we've got some other great things going on. Like, of course, our friends over at Focus have their neighborhood meals going on today. Be sure to stop on over there. The building will open at before. Don't enter before 4. Dining will be about 4:15.
Yep.
You can head on over there and find out more by giving them a call at 715-422-1980, 422-1980.
Right.
Seth also wanted to remind everybody about the Winter Farmers Market.
Winter's Farmers Market is back on Saturday, everyone, from 9 to 1 over at the Wisconsin Rapids Moravian Church, 310 First Avenue South, of course, here in Wisconsin Rapids. So make sure you head on over there. They're open again for basically the rest of this till springtime, till about April. So find out what vendors are there. Go to their Facebook page. You can find more information there, or go to our website, wrmoravian.org, especially if you're a vendor, because that's how you can sign up, is go by through our website there.
And the LA Times did a story on a woman named Annie Harvelitz, who's been taking in pets displaced by the Palisades fire near Malibu.
Oh, okay.
She runs 2 vet clinics in the area, and one was empty. So she posted on Facebook offering to take in any pets that had been evacuated. She says tons of people have reached out for help in the past 2 days, and even more have reached out offering to help.
How about that? Even better.
Well, she is a great story on this, and what she's doing is a great story. I think that the kind of hidden great story in this is she's actually gotten more responses from people offering to help than people that need help.
Which, isn't that the way it should be? Isn't that the way it should be?
Wouldn't
the world be a better place if that's the way we did things?
Yeah, that just hit me, man. I think that's really cool. We did the story earlier about the people with formerly longer hair that cut their hair for the Little Princess Trust.
Yeah, very cool.
We did have one of our listeners text in asking about that trust. That is a UK organization, but there are a lot of great ones here in the States.
There are, yes. So if you're interested in doing something similar, you can find ones closer to home.
And oftentimes, your hairstylist or hairstylist, if you know one, will...
They have some options,
Yeah, they will know people that will go, I know I'm going to be donating my locks, whatever I cut off and everything. And we encourage you, again, to sign up for the newsletter. Stick around for some great programming coming up. Matt and Air on air in just a little bit.
Jane's birthday today.
It is Jane's birthday. Celebrate her birthday with her.
So call her up and wish her a happy birthday, everyone, when the show comes on.
Yeah. And again, tomorrow we'll be co-hosting Terry John, CEO of United Way, Southwood and Ems counties will be in. That means Seth is done for the week. Great week, man.
All right. It's good stuff.
Seth, I want to thank you especially because you worked double time this month.
Melissa's going to pay for this. Yeah, she will pay for it later.
We will be back with more show. Have a good one, everybody.
This is locally grown radio. WFHR 1320 AM, W248DE, Wisconsin Rapids. And always streaming on the Civic Media app.